Alright guys, in this video we're going to talk about text alignment, and we're also going to look at some of the display classes. So this paragraph here, and I'm on the 2_3 text alignment display file in the sandbox. You can simply navigate to it right here. And let's justify this, meaning we want it to be even on both sides. So this paragraph here, I'm just going to simply add a class of text justify and save, and now you'll see that that will justify all the text in that element. As far as alignment goes, we can do class, and we can say for left, text left. Now there's not going to be any change when I save because it's aligned left by default, but let's say we want to align to the center. We could say text center and save, and you'll see that now that's in the center. We could also do right, which we actually did in the last video with the block quote, but we'll say text right, and that'll bring it over to the right. Now we also have responsive alignment, meaning that you may want to align some text based on the screen size. So let's say we want the text right aligned on small screens or larger, then we could add a class here of text. Instead of just text right, we would do text SM -right. All right, so in Bootstrap we basically have four different screen sizes. We have small, which is SM, medium, which is MD, large, which is LG, and extra large, which is XL. Okay, so for this one here, let's make this right aligned on medium screens and larger. So we'd say text-MD right, and then here we'll do large screens or larger. So text LG right, and then here for extra large screens, text-XL-right. All right, so now if we take a look here, right aligned on small or larger is working because the size of the browser right now, or if this were a tablet or smartphone or any device really, because small or larger is going to cover everything. Even if I were to make it, well, I guess if it's like, oh yeah, you know what, if it's extra small, which is right here, then it's not going to work. But anything that's small, which is this size, or larger, it will stay aligned. Now notice right here, the right align or medium gets aligned, okay, because we hit the medium breakpoint. And I'm going to go over breakpoints a couple videos from now. This right here, once they hit the large breakpoint, it'll go over. So right there, and then extra large, once I hit that right there, that will align. Okay, so you may want to align text based on the screen size. And if we wanted to do like a left aligned text, we could do the same kind of thing. So we could say text-SM-left, and then what I'll do is just copy this, paste these in, and we'll change this to medium and large and extra large. All right, and obviously for really small screens, you just want to use the standard text left, center, and right. Okay. So for center, same kind of thing. We'll just go ahead and let's paste this in just to save a little time. So this would be text small center. And we'll paste these in here. And then this one will be medium, large, and extra large. Okay, so you'll see that things will just switch around depending on the screen size. So really good for responsiveness. All right, so moving along here, let's look at vertical alignment. So let's see, we're gonna look at this here, and we can actually align the text in this line. And notice that everything is wrapped in spans, which are inline elements. So if we wanted to do a baseline alignment, we could say align dash baseline. And I don't use these very much, but I just had to include them because they are available. If we wanted to align to the top, we could say class And you'll notice that there's quite a bit in the course that you probably won't really use a lot, but you know, I want to cover everything. So align dash bottom, and for this one we'll say class align dash middle, and we can do text top, so class, and I'll show you what all these look like in a second. So we can say align dash text dash top, and then we could do text bottom, align dash text dash bottom. All right, so if I save that, now you'll see this is the baseline. This is aligned to the top, the bottom, the middle, the text top, and the text bottom. Okay, so that is vertical alignment. Now we're going to look at display classes. Now, if you're, hopefully you are familiar with inline and block level elements in HTML, but basically block level elements are ones such as divs, paragraphs, headings, and what it means is that it goes basically all the way across. If you put an H1 and then another H1, they're on separate lines, and if I open up my Chrome tools here and we just hover over it, you'll see, you know, it takes up the whole line. It's a block level. All right. Spans, for instance, are inline. So if I go over the span, notice it doesn't go all the way across because it's an inline element by default. And I would suggest knowing at least basic HTML before taking this course, but I'm still going to try and explain this kind of stuff. So let's say that we want to turn the block level elements into inline elements without editing the CSS. Well, we have classes for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a class here, and just to show you that it is block level, that it goes all the way across, I'm going to add a color class, and we're going to go over these in a little bit. But if I do that, you'll see that BG Success gives it a green background. All right, and I'll do the same thing here. So we'll say BG Success. And it's just showing us that it is block level. It goes all the way across. Now, if I wanted to change this to an inline element, what I could do, I'll put it here, is we could say D-inline. And if I save that, notice now it's no longer block level. It's now an inline. Same thing here. We'll say D-inline and save. And now they're actually next to each other instead of on top. And if we look at this inside of our DevTools here, you'll see the D-inline class gives it a display inline. It also labels it as important so that it takes precedence. Okay, and you can see also the BG Success with the background color, but we're going to get into that in a little bit. Now we can do the same thing with an inline block. So for this span right here, which by default is inline, I'm going to just give it a class of BG primary, and that will give it a blue background. And let's make this a block level element. So for that, we say D block and save, and now you can see it's a block level element. All right. Now we can also do inline blocks. So down here we have two divs, and inside there we have an H3 and then just some text. So I want these to be inline blocks, which they'll still have their block level properties, but they'll be next to each other. So for the div here, let's say class, and we'll give it a BG warning class, which will make it give it a yellow background. We'll do the same here. So BG warning. And to make these inline blocks, we can simply do D-inline dash block. We'll do the same here. Okay, if I save that, now you'll see they're next to each other. Okay, so that is the different display classes we can use, and it's much easier than going into the CSS and, you know, adding display inline or anything like that. So that's going to be it, guys. In the next video, we are going to take a look at floats and positioning.